Evening. Hello. How we doing? We are live. So it's Thursday, 7 p.m. So you're live with the Jam Station. I've got enough already added the first comment, so I don't have to spend the first 2 minutes doing that. Well, I'm ahead of the game, ahead of the curve. You're live with the Jam Station. My name is Aaron Story. You can call me Aaron. I'm a musician, okay, and amongst other things, a guitarist and a guitar teacher. For the next couple of hours, I'm going to be teaching you a guitar lesson on the modes, as we do every Thursday evening. Stay to the end because we'll also finish with some interval recognitions so that we can prove your ears, okay, your oral skills. Now, for the previous 21 consecutive Thursdays, we've been studying the modes through a variety of different technical exercises with the cage system A shape. Okay, so the root note is fret 7 on the A string, E. All the modes are in E. These have included triplets, 16th notes, diatonic thirds, triads, arpeggios. 2 weeks ago, we had an example solo which incorporated lots of those techniques into, something a bit more creative. Last week, we had ascending sequencing, which was cool. And then today, we're going to reverse that and play each of the 7 modes of the major scale with descending sequences, okay? Let's get into it. If this is your first time on the Jam Station, then welcome. If you've been here before, then welcome back. If you're watching this on playback after the live stream, that just reminds me, I've got this little thing here which I open up to tell me what my signal strength is like and how many of you guys are online and stuff like that. There we go, it's better. If you're watching this after the live stream, then hopefully I've already added chapters into the description. Okay, there's plenty of useful text there, but you can use those chapters to navigate backward and forward around the video at your own speed. Repeat any sections if necessary. Like if you're already bored of me talking, you can skip straight to the start of the exercise. If you are live with me now, then brilliant. Hello. Feel free to comment at any time, okay? If you need me to repeat something, if you have a burning question, or if you want me to explain something in a bit more depth, that's part of the fun of being on a live stream, okay? We're building a community here. So even if you don't have a question, comment, tell me where you're watching from. I want to add you to my world map of live commenters. This week I've already added Taiwan and Nepal, which is just brilliant. Like who would have thought I'd have been communicating with people in those countries? Amazing. Tell me what techniques you're working on with your guitar playing at the moment, or tell me what you'd like to work on so I can think about adding it to future content. Either way, live stream, playback. Don't forget to keep tapping that like button and subscribe to the Jam Station for more content like this because it tells YouTube that you're enjoying this content and that it pushes it out to more guitar players and musicians. Now I'm going to demonstrate the full pick and study now, quickly outline our lesson objectives, and then we'll get on with learning it. While I'm getting on with these, you can download the tab by clicking on the link in the description. So if I open up Firefox, it's currently set to Bandcamp, but if I scoot through, I see it, YouTube, and there is our Patreon library. Look. So the one you want is this one. Well, you want them all, okay? They're great, every single one of them. But this one is for tonight's lesson, descending sequencing fourths, okay? But if you scroll down, you'll see there is an absolute ton, 177 lessons, okay? There's a year's worth of learning material there. So tonight's is Pink Floyd and Tchaikovsky. But go grab that while I'm playing you the lesson. And but I'm going to demonstrate it to a backing track now. All 7 modes played through this sequenced exercise. Hopefully you can hear the level between the backing track and the guitar okay. If not, let me know so that I'll get it right before we start. Definitely if you if my voice goes quiet or if you feel the guitar's too loud compared to the voice, let me know. I was very grateful to Padraig in Northern Ireland last week who jumped in and said, dude, your guitar's much louder than your voice. So right, here we go. So let's go through the exercise. 2, 3, Lydian. Into Ionian. Mixolydian. Dorian. Aeolian. Phrygian. Locrian. Right, let's just make sure that this, because I've also like to have the live stream running in front of me as well, so that, yeah, there we go. If anyone comments, I get to see it. Cool, yeah, I'll see it if you do comment, okay? Right, that was the exercise. That was the full exercise. We'll be breaking that down, building it up, mode by mode, until you two, at the end of the lesson, are playing the full thing. Got a bit of green tea. Now, see, I need 2 hands. Lesson objectives, very quickly. There's only 3 tonight, but this just makes it feel like a proper guitar lesson, you know. It's important that we work out, we know what we're working on. So number 1, we are developing versatile plectrum technique. Sequencing is useful because we're not just running straight up and down a scale or a mode, okay? You're moving up and down. Back up, okay? Up and down the scale in 4 note groupings. Yes, it's still alternate picked, but you're changing direction all the time, which is more challenging than just going straight through the scale in a linear fashion. We're developing fluid fretting hand technique. So by the same token, you're also learning to manipulate your fingers into new patterns as well. This will inevitably add interest to your guitar solos and licks as you start to drop sequencing into a phrase whilst improvising or jamming, okay? You will hear, once you've done a bit of this, you will start to hear this in guitar solos and riffs all the time. Point 3, modes, intervals, music theory. They're all kind of interlocked tonight, okay? I say this often because it's true. Music theory is your friend, okay? It's my friend, trust me. Learning modes in parallel like this means we're able to memorize which intervals change as we move from mode to mode. And modes themselves, they bring a sort of sophistication and complexity to your playing. They help you touch on emotions that you can't get from the humble pentatonic scales alone. And the music theory kind of glues it all together. You'll see by the end of the lesson that you'll have learned a whole lot about intervals, I'm sure. So, one final question before we start, because you may be sitting there thinking, what is sequencing? So what is sequencing? Should we Google it? No, I know. What is sequencing and why should you learn it? Well, we can sequence an arpeggio, a pentatonic scale, or a full scale by moving through it in groups of notes. Okay, so a few weeks ago we sequenced the modes in groups of 3. So here I'm playing Lydian in 3s, okay, etc. Up 3, back 1, up 3, back 1. You can also descend a scale with sequencing. Okay, so here I'm sequencing the minor pentatonic scale. Okay, you'll hear that kind of thing in blues all the time. But today we're doing it in 4s, not 3s. Okay, and we're descending, so it'll be down from your octave, down 4, then that's from the octave, then from the 7th, down 4, then from the 6th, down 4. Okay, you get the idea. Remember, there are 7 notes within each mode, which means that each exercise consists of 7 groups of 4 notes. And why should you learn sequencing is a big question for some people. Like, why should you bother going to the lengths of learning this? Well, sequencing is popular. It's a popular device to use in your riffs and your solos, and you'll find it creeping into your composing as well if you write riffs or you write, you know, chord parts, vocal parts, whatever. You'll hear it everywhere. Rock, jazz, blues, classical, okay? As I mentioned in the Shore or the Reel, depending on which social network you watched it on earlier today, Pink Floyd sampled a bar of sequencing from Tchaikovsky's 4th Symphony. Like, who would have thought? Tchaikovsky and Pink Floyd. But it's there and it's really famous. Sequencing feels satisfying to the listener because as soon as you've heard the first couple of sequences, so in the case of the sort of Tchaikovsky thing, it goes like that, and then it goes, you can just hear where it's going next, do you know what I mean, straight away. Well, in fact, it goes, etc. Okay, it feels predictable. So as soon as you've heard the first couple of sequences, the first couple of beats, the brain fills in the rest before you've even heard it, and then you instinctively know what's coming next. It feels inevitable, and this makes us feel good, even if you're not a musician, you know. And when you predict something and then the phrase delivers on that, it's like, oh, great, I knew that was coming. Like, we almost feel smart. Right. As per pretty much all of these modal lessons, we're learning the scales in parallel. That means everything will be from an E root. E Lydian, E Ionian, E Mixolydian. See, each one is in a new key, but we're getting to hear how each one changes. Okay, so that's useful. And remember the A shape, this refers to the cage system A shape. The actual, if we're talking about the major scale, that's the same as the bottom part of the E shape, which I'm sure you will have played before anyway. So even if you haven't come across the term A shape before, you will have probably played this shape in E shape. Right, we're going to start with Lydian, and I'm going to get the tab up on screen for you now. There we go. Okay, so you've got Lydian and Ionian on screen there. We'll warm up first, though. Let's warm up with that Pink Floyd lick, shall we? Okay, just for fun. So this is, I normally warm up using these modes, but just because I've literally just posted it on Patreon, it's a nice simple lick. But although it's a Tchaikovsky lick, and when you hear it, Tchaikovsky, it's sort of like written in the key of F. But if you hear it in A minor, it would actually work great, or A dominant. It would work great over a dominant blues if you keep that in mind now. See how it sounds almost quite sinister. And then it's finishing on that minor third. So the first phrase is 5 on the top string, and then 8, 6, 5. So that's our first phrase. Just loop it. This is just our warm-up before we start the modes. You'll notice I'm rolling the index finger there between the B string and the top string at fret 5. Do it at your own speed, obviously. You don't have to keep up with me. That also means if you can play it faster and you want to, that's also cool. But I'm not trying to burn any speed here. I'm just trying to play nice and slowly and sync up the fingers. Right, phrase 2 is going from an F, so 6 and 5 on the B string, 7 and 6 on the G string. So if I'm going to loop that, I'm rolling that as well at 6 to 6, tip, pad. Yep. Roll, roll, roll. I seem to be talking about it every week. I don't plan to. Let's put those two phrases together. This is kind of how we're going to work tonight. I'm treating each of these beats as a separate cell. You loop it, you memorize it so you don't need to think about it, and then you join it to the next cell and create a slightly bigger cell that we're just going to loop like this. You're looping that now, okay? You want to be able to just play it from memory without having to look at any tab. That's how you build the speed, because you don't even need to think about it. Okay, that's phrase 2. Third one in as well. The third one starts from fret 7 on the G string and goes 7, 5, 4, and then down to 7 on the A string. Again, we're rolling there, look. Roll, tip on the 7, tip on the G, tip, roll, tip, pad, tip, pad. Such a useful technique. If we add that third cell to our slightly bigger cell, we've got 1, 2, 3 with the little finger. Do that again. Then 2, little finger. Let's take the gaps out of that now slowly. And then the last bit is quite a cool little, for the plectrum at least, D string, G, skip to the B string, that's up an octave, okay, it's also a G, so G, G, and down to a C, at fret 5 on the G string. Okay, the tab for that is also, it's that top one, that Pink Floyd and Tchaikovsky, It's just a 2-beat lick, but it's really good for seeing sequencing in the real world, not just as, you know, a technical exercise on a live stream guitar lesson. Right, that's our little warm-up. You've got yourself a little lick there to squeeze into your next blues jam and feel pretty smug with yourself for playing Tchaikovsky at a blues jam, and no one will know. Right, our first mode is Lydian. Okay, if you know what Lydian is, great. If you don't know what Lydian is, it will take 2 seconds to explain. This is the major scale, which I'm sure you do know. 7 and 9 on the A string, 6, 7, 9 on the D string, 6, 8, 9 on the G string. Okay, so 7, 9, 6, 7, 9, 6, 8, 9. So that's the major scale, also called our Ionian mode. And to play Lydian, we're going to sharpen the 4th note. Okay, so we'll have an augmented 4th or a sharpened 4th. So that will be the first 3 notes are the same, and then rather than having 7 on the D string, we'll have 8. This makes the scale very sort of ambient. So the frets are 7 and 9 on the A, 6, 8, 9 on the D, 6, 8, 9 on the G. Okay, just run it a couple of times if you've not played it before, because to really get a lot from these sequenced exercises, you really want to be able to visualize the scales under your fingers as well. Maybe speed it up a fraction, or double pick it. This is the end of our warm-up. Triple pick it. I'm including quite a bit of dynamics in my picking there. So, and that's harder when you're doing double picking. It's quite easy because the accent always feels on the down. Look, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. With triplets, your accent moves between the down and the up and the down and the up. So you need to have greater control over the plectrum to actually play a loud down and then a loud up. So down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Yeah? Bringing your playing to life, okay? Bringing your plectrum. And let's just finish with 16th notes. 1 Eander, 2 Eander, 3 Eander, 4 Eander. Okay, the reason I was saying we'll practice 16th notes as well is because on screen, I'm pointing up there as if you can see what I'm looking at. On screen, there you go. That is weird. It's almost like I'm looking into a mirror. There to my right, everything's in 16th notes. Okay, so the beats are split into 4 notes per beat, and we count that 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E. Okay, so when you count 16th notes, you can genuinely count them like that: 1 E and 2 E and. Right, that's the foundation. We've laid the foundation there with the warm up, a little chat about what the modes are, etc. Now let's play these as exercises. So I suggest you take this approach with any sort of lick or technical exercise you learn and break it down into small, easily memorable and bite-sized cells. I refer to cells a lot with my students. Okay, so the first cell I would recommend practicing would be the first beat, 9, 8, 6, 9. Alternate pick it. Make sure you're using fingers 4, 3, 1, 4. If you want to loop that, you're going to land on the tip there, roll onto the pad, tip, pad. Oh, hello. Where are you watching from, guys? I can see there's a few of you online, which is absolutely brilliant. Obviously, keep tapping like, but let us know where you're watching from. Every single week, I like to add a few countries to my world map of commenters. But unless you comment and let me know where you're watching from, I don't know where you're tuning in from. So even if you don't have a question, feel free to say hi and let me know what country you're watching from. Honestly, I want to turn the whole world map blue. Right, so that was the first beat. If we add the second beat in as well, we're going to give ourselves a 2-beat loop, and we're slightly enlarging the cell. So the second beat is 8 and 6 on the G, 9 and 8 on the D. 8, 6, 9, 8. We're going to roll that tip pad, tip pad, tip pad, okay, tip pad. So that's string beats 1 and 2 together, and we will get this 9, 8, 6, 9 and 8, 6, 9, 8. I'm just going to move that pause in a second. Okay, let's just put it on a continuous loop now. Obviously play it at your own pace. Okay, so that's beats 1 and 2 of Lydian. There's lots of repetition in this style of learning, okay? You want these fingers to just find the notes instinctively almost, he says. So that's beats 1 and 2. So we took 2 1-beat cells and then squished them together to create a 2-beat cell. We're now going to do the same with beats 3 and 4, treat them separately. So beat 3 goes from the 6th of the scale, fret 6 as well, coming down 6, 9, 8, 6. I'm going to roll there, look. Tip pad, tip pad, tip pad. Nice little loop. It's actually harder than it looks to sort of roll like that and have the 2 notes join together in a legato way without having to jump the finger and create a little gap between the notes. Right, that's beat 3. We've looped it. Let's look at beat 4 and loop it. So we're now going to go, beat 4 is 9 on the D string, running down 8 and 6 on the D string, and then onto fret 9 on the A string. 9, 8, 6, 9. And we can also loop that, okay? Tip, tip pad, tip pad, tip pad. Let's join beats 3 and 4 together. Okay, so starting at 6 on the G string, 6, and then up to 9 on the D string. Start again at 6 on the G string, and then 9 on the D string. Let's close that gap slightly. Just realised I haven't checked the cricket score today. I've been so busy getting ready for this live stream. If anyone knows the cricket score from today, please let me know. Did Joe Root get his century? I don't want to stop in the middle of a live stream to check it. Right, there's no gap there now, look. We've closed it completely. Setting up little loops like this is so good for your technique, okay? Because you're just breaking out of linear scale patterns. So many of my students, when they're improvising, they're like, how do I get out of just playing the same things over and over again? How do I get out of just like pentatonics and blues? This is a great way of doing it because you're learning your scales in little mini cells and groups, fingerings that you can sort of burn with a little practice. Right, so that's beats 3 and 4. So beats 1 and 2, let's just quickly remind ourselves of beats 1 and 2. Together they formed this 2-beat cell. Hello. And then beats 3 and 4. So that's the full bar, okay? Do the beats 1 and 2. Then beats 3 and 4. Let's take that little gap out between them. We'll just have a continuous stream of 4 beats. Here we go. 3 and 4 E under 1 E under 2. Good. One more time. 3 E and 4 E under. Right. Cool. That's the first bar. Okay. That method of learning, 4 individual beats, looping them, create 2 cells of 2 beats, and then finally stringing them all together as to a 4-beat cell is so much more efficient than trying to just read it from start to finish. I promise you. Okay, absolutely promise you. I don't know if my student Simon's watching there. You have to leave a comment if you are watching, Simon, but he would be the first to admit that I had to have this conversation with him many times before he conceded and right, okay, this does work. And now he's very good at taking a phrase or a lick or whatever we're working on, and he will break it down into groups like this, small cells, and string them together. While he was terrible for reading from top to bottom of a page. Okay. So it does work. Let's look at bar 2. We're going from starting at 8, okay, and 6 on the D string, and 9 and 7 on the A string. So we're going from that sharp 4 of Lydian, okay? Okay, that is the sort of interest note, if you like, the note that defines the scale. It's a really important note in the scale. So we're going from that sharp 4, then the 3rd, then the 2nd, then the root. Let's loop that. I love little phrases like this because you'll notice I'm using all 4 fingers. I'm not trying to go really fast. I'm trying to build consistency. Really lock in the pick and the fingers. Nice tone. Speed it up a little bit if you want, but it's just about absorbing and assimilating patterns that you can use in your own solos and riffs, okay? That's beat 1 of bar 2. Beat 2 goes from the 3rd. We've now gone below the octave to the 7th, so that's 3, 2, root note, 7th. Okay, you notice I'm finishing tip, roll. Let's put beats 1 and 2 together of that second bar. So I'm going to go from 8, then 6, 8, then 6, 8, 6. One more time. And then finally on the A string, we're going from the 2nd, the root, the 7th, and the 6th. Okay. And then finishing on the root note. Okay. They'll all start on an E. They'll all finish on an E. So if I do beats 3 and 4 together, because if the beat 4 is just one note, we're going to go from 9 and okay, right, let's add beats 1 and 2 to 3. So beats 1 and 2 was from 8 on the D string, then 6, then 9. Okay, let's do that one more time with the little gaps between them. From 8, 3 and 4 and 6, 9. Right, and now we've learned it's 3 separate cells. Let's let it string through as one single phrase. So this is bar 2 only. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 4. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Remember to do this at your own pace. If that's a little slower than me, that's fine. If it's a little faster than me, that's fine. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1. One more. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Right, that's bar 2. We've already combined all of those beats in bar 1. Let's try and join together the full 2-bar sequence, okay? I'm going to leave a tiny pause the first couple of times in the middle of the bars, and then we'll take that out, and it will just be 1 2-bar phrase. Here we go, starting from 9 on the G string, which is our octave. Here we go, 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... One more time, 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... And then bar 2 from the 8, 3 E, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1. Okay? Right, one more time with the gap, and then we'll take it out. 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a... Bar 2, 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Right, let's take that little pause out. We'll just allow all the notes to flow through. Here we go, 3 and 2 bars. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. That's the full phrase, okay? I'm now going to play that to the backing track. The backing track is a free download on Bandcamp. I'll show you where that is in a little while. I just want to get on with playing this and then adding the next mode in. Okay, so I'm going to go to Logic, but I will leave you looking at the tab, so you can play along if you want. This will be slightly faster. This is at 72 BPM if you use a metronome. Here we go. I'm just going to play Lydian, okay? 2, 3, 4, and There we go. 1 down. Okay, well done. That's the first one. Now, we always spend longer on the first mode because we're just introducing the exercise, okay, and the way of teaching it. It tends to get quicker and quicker as we move through all 7 modes. By the time we get to Phrygian and Locrian, we're blasting through them, okay? Now, feel free to leave a comment, guys, at any point, yeah? Ask any questions, say hello, let me know where you're watching from. I really like to know where people are watching from. I want to add you to my world map. Okay, I want to fill in your country on the map, so I can say that. So this week I've had comments from Nepal and Taiwan. Okay, so just really cool. But I want to add to that every single stream. Right, the second mode. Let's go back to the tab. So we've had Lydian. We're going to go to Ionian. Now, with the idea with this system of learning the modes is that with each new mode, we're only changing 1 note at a time. So if Lydian is root, 2nd, 3rd, sharp 4, 5th, 6th, 7th octave. To move to Ionian, we're going to flatten our 4th. That is our 1 transition note. Okay, so we're going to have root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, perfect 4th, root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. The rest of them are the same. Okay, get under the fingers. I'm sure you've played Ionian before because it's also called the major scale. Right. Same thing. Now, another beauty of learning this system is that obviously you've got the Ionian exercise at the top, and then the second line is, the Lydian exercise at the top, the Ionian exercise is the second. But because we're only changing 1 note, a lot of those cells, a lot of those beats will remain the same. It's just the cells which involve the 4th that will be different. So, for example, if we look at beat 1 of Ionian, 9, 8, 6, 9, that's exactly the same as Lydian. Okay? Then we move to beat 2, 8, 6, 9, 7. Now that's different, okay? Because in Lydian it was the sharp 4, okay? 7, 6, 5th, sharp 4. We want 7, 5th, 6th, perfect 4th. So let's create a 2-beat loop, okay, for Ionian. 9, 8, 6, 9, and then 8, 6, 9, 7. That's our new note. 8, 6, 9, 7. 9, 8, 6, 9. 8, 6, 9, 7. Let's take the gap out now between the beats, so it's just 8 straight notes. 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a. Let's put that into a steady loop, okay, where we don't break it at all. 3 and 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a. These sorts of exercises are particularly useful for someone who's trying to break out of their pentatonic and blues scale playing for the first time. Okay, you're using all 4 fingers there, look. That in itself is great because with the pentatonic we get used to using just fingers 1 and 3 and blasting up and down our scales like that. Okay, you're getting much more bang for your buck here using all 4 fingers and developing a strong hand. Right, that's beat 2. We can also say that beat 3 will also be different. Okay, so we're going from 6, 9, 7, 6. So that's new. Put a loop there. You see I'm just putting a little roll, tip, pad, tip, pad. I'm wondering if I'm going to get any people hopping across from the TikTok live stream tonight because I've done 3 or 4 TikTok live streams. It's a really difficult. Oh, hello. Hit my keys there. Really different experience. Everyone's really sort of fun and enthusiastic, and the comments just fly in. So, but I did say I'll be doing a longer, sort of more in-depth listen on Thursday night on YouTube. So, hopefully, a few of those guys will pop over. Yeah, if anyone is watching from TikTok, if you've been converted to YouTube, just drop a comment and let me know. I'd love to know if that did the trick. But I'm going to keep doing it every day. Right, so that was beat 3. let's add in beat 4. So beat 4 is 9, 7, 6, 9. So that's also different because we've got 5th, 4th. That's our new change note. 3, 2. And again, we're rolling. Look, tip, pad, tip, pad, tip, pad. This string beats 3 and 4 together. Starting at 6 on the G string. And then 6, 9. Okay, so we're looking at beats 3 and 4. Let's take the little gap out, okay? I do this because to me it's like I'm just pulling like a book off a shelf and those two cells just close in together, okay? So we've got 3E and 4E and 3, hello, 3E and 4E and 3E and 4E and 3, 4, 3E and 4, 3E and 4E and right, we did beats 1 and 2. Now we've created beats 3 and 4 as a cell. Let's join those together. So we're going to go from 9 on the G string. I'll leave a tiny gap between beats 3 and 4 for a start. 3E and 4E and 1E and 2E and then 3E and 4E and one more time. 3 and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and just close that gap up slightly. Now straight through. 3 and 4E and 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and that's bar 1. Well done. Okay, obviously if you're watching this after the live stream, like tomorrow or whatever, Friday, you can hit pause at any point if you feel like I'm just moving through it too quickly. Just hit pause, work it up to your own speed, and then once you've got that section down, hit play again and off you go. If I am moving too fast and you're on the live stream, obviously you don't have the option of pausing me. Apologies, but you can leave a comment and ask any questions or ask me to slow down a little bit. I'm absolutely open to that, okay? So let's move on to bar 2 of Ionian. So we're starting at 7 on the G string, 7, 6, and 9 and 7 on the... Sorry, 7, 6 on the D string, and then 9 and 7 on the A string. 7, 6, 9, 8. 7, 6, 9, 7. Again, I'm rolling. Look, tip, roll, tip, roll. I actually did quite a few last year. Last year was a bit more experimental with the content doing for the Jam Station. Sort of putting out lots of videos on lots of different subjects to see what caught people's attention, what got the most views. Parallel modes always got the most views, or generally. So that's why I've ended up doing 22 consecutive live streams on it. Plus I love teaching it. But I did quite a few videos on fretboard rolls. It's quite a dry subject, so I'm not surprised it didn't get as many views, but it's really useful. And we seem to talk about it every week here. Right, so that was beat 1 of bar 2. Okay, 7, 6, 9, 7. Let's add beat 2 in. So 6 on the D, then down 9, 7, 6 on the A. Okay, 6, 9, 7, 6. Roll, roll, roll. Zencat, mate, North Carolina. Brilliant. California. Apologies, it's really small writing. I've not had someone from California yet, so honestly, I get excited like a little child. Have I still got the world map open? I haven't, but let's get it open. And then at the end of the lesson, I can share it with you guys. Mapchart.net, world map. This site's so cool, mapchart.net. So I fill in all the colours and I can literally save... There we go, there it is. Save the map as I want it. And I just drop this on screen and it goes back to exactly how it was. Right, let's get California coloured in. Good man. Don't know what's gone red though. Blue. Give me blue. California. Blue. Brilliant. Cool. There's quite a few states now. Where are you watching from, dude? I'm sorry, you're watching from California. I meant which city. And are you a guitarist? Have you come here because you're into the modes, or have you come here just because YouTube threw you in my direction thanks to your algorithm? So, but thanks for leaving a comment. Honestly, I really appreciate it. And absolutely want to turn this world map blue. I'll post it either on social media or at the end of the lesson. Right, we did beats 1 and then 2. Let's put them together as a little 2-beat cell. So we have 7, 6, 9, 7, and then 6, 9, 7, 6. Let's loop that. 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. Speed it up if you can. If you can't, it doesn't matter. Okay. I've really been doing work lately on making my plectrum strokes as flat to the strings as possible. So sort of trying to reduce gradually any sort of in and out movement. Obviously you need a slight in and out movement when you're hopping strings and stuff, but you want to avoid any of that. So I've really been trying to keep lots of slow, deliberate picking. Okay. Let's add beat 3 in. So beat 3 is 9, 7, 6, 9. That's actually the same now as Lydian. So that's the same. So we don't really need to go to town on that because we did it in Lydian. So that string beats 3, 1, 2, and 3, and obviously 4 together there. We're going from 7 on the D string. So then 6, then 9. Okay, one more time. Then 6, then 9. Right, now let's take those little gaps out. We'll give ourselves a full 3-beat cell. 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1. One more time. Good. Can we put beats bars 1 and 2 together? Okay, so remember we're going from 9 on the G string now. This is bar 1, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a bar 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 1, 4. Right, let's join those two together. Zencat, don't leave me hanging. Are you still watching? Are you a guitarist? I'd love to know, or whether, obviously some people, funnily enough, I have got quite a few singers lately as well who do a little bit of guitar rather than like guys who are necessarily that interested in the modes. But right, let's join those two together. I'm going to take the gap out now. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a straight in. Right, let's try that to the backing track. Okay, so I'm going to go to Logic. I'll leave that on screen because you'll essentially be reading those two exercises. So Lydian straight into Ionian. 2, 3, 4 E and a Lydian. Ionian. Flat the 4th. Good. 2 down. Right. The backing track I'm playing to there, if you're interested, is a free download on our Bandcamp, okay? It's basically modal chords, and it just moves through. There's 2 bars on each, 2 bars of the Lydian chord, 2 bars on the Ionian chord, 2 bars on the Mixolydian chord, which is the one we're about to do, okay? So that you can play these exercises to the backing track, to a click, okay? Also, you can use it to improvise with. So you can do a couple of bars of improvisation on Lydian, and then as the backing track switches to Ionian, you switch your solo to Ionian. Okay, it's really, really good for your fretboard knowledge. So that is on our Bandcamp. If I flick across, you see there's a free learning resources album there next to my audiobook, Should I Learn to Play the Guitar? And if I click on that, there it is. There are 8 backing tracks, okay? They are all free to download, okay? They are all yours. So, and the one in question is number 2. Look, today I'm playing 2 parallel modes in E, 4/4 time, 2 bars per chord. So go get it, download it. You'll get a full quality WAV, and you'll be able to play along with it to your heart's content. Right, back to me. So Mixolydian. Okay, so we had Lydian and then Ionian. Ionian is our major scale. Root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Octave. To go to Mixolydian, we are flattening our 7th. Okay, so it will be root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Flat 7. Okay, the winner takes it all. That is your flat 7. That's the sound of a flat 7. Flat 7. Octave. Come back down. Okay, make sure you've got that under the fingers. Mixolydian is a really cool mode if you've not used it before. It's particularly cool in blues over static dominant chords. Okay, it doesn't create a lot of tension, but it does give a really cool bluesy vibe. You'll also sometimes hear it in funk, okay, dominant funk, and it does pop up in jazz, okay, fusion, stuff like that. So you won't hear many pop songs that use it. Norwegian Wood by the Beatles, that is a Mixolydian riff, uses flat 7. Right, so let's get into the tab. So I need to scroll it down so that you can see Mixolydian. So let me just go, boom, there, and hopefully you'll be able to see that. Let's just check. Yeah, good. Okay, it should go up a little bit. There we go. Nice one. Right, same thing applies, right? It's only the cells that involve our new note, the flat 7, which will need changes. So the first one does exactly that. Octave, flat 7, 6, 5. Let's loop it. Tip pad, tip pad, tip pad. Okay, beat 2 starts from our new note, the flat 7, 7, 6, 9, 7. Roll it. Roll. Roll. Let's put beats 1 and 2 together. Okay, so we've got 2 1-beat cells. We join them together into a 2-beat cell. 9, 7, 6, 9, 7, 6, 9, 7. Okay, now these are much easier to loop, these 2-beat cells, because we don't have to roll them. We can just go little finger, middle finger, and then back to the little finger. Yep, he says. Okay. These are great little cells to run and build speed with. Obviously, we're not talking about building speed tonight, but they're great for repetition. That's beats 1 and 2, okay? Let's go to beat 3. We'll treat beats 3 and 4 as two separate cells. Let's go from 6 on the G string. Okay, so we're actually through our 7th, so you'll notice that this will be the same as Ionian. 6, 9, 7, 6, and then 9, 7, 6, 9. That is exactly the same as Ionian. So I'm not going to go mad on that, because we've done it before. Right, so that's 3 and 4. Let's put beats 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 together. Start at 9 on the G string, come down, 7, and then go from 6. One more time like that. Okay, so from 9, 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a, and then from 6, 3 E and a 4 E and a. Right, join that together into a 4-beat cell. 3 E and a 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. One more time. 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Good. Now, all of bar 2 will be identical to the Ionian, because we've already, remember our new note, our transition note if you like, in Mixolydian is the flat 7. So we're starting here, if we look at bar 2, from the 5th. No we're not, we're starting from the 4th. Excuse me, 4th, then 3rd. No, Yukino! Hello, mate. I thought you were an all-rounder music teacher. What do you mean? What, because I'm not is that in response to the email I sent you earlier? Yeah, sorry, dude. I am a producer more than anything, but my teaching is mainly based around guitar playing. So I can help you where possible, but when it comes to like asking for technical singing advice, I would much rather hand you over to a proper singing teacher. You know, when I was a young musician, I had singing lessons and it was extremely useful. So if you want music theory, ear training, guitar, 100% happy to help. And I'm happy to help you with the stuff you sent me. But technical singing advice, I feel like I should defer that to a professional singing teacher. Just like if a singing teacher who played a little bit of guitar started giving you technical guitar advice, I'd be like, be careful. So, I was wrong when I said all of bar 2 is the same, because we're also going to use the 7th beneath the root. Okay, so beat 1 is the same. 4th, 3rd, 2nd root. You know, well, that's another matter, but I do think I've got some questions for you too. Mate, absolutely, ask away. Please do ask away. I know it's late for you as well, so you can ask the questions now if you want. So I'm happy to open up a discussion with other people who are watching as well. So, right, so beat 2, however, you'll notice we're going down to fret 5. Okay, we're opening the hand out. So 6, 9, 7. Index finger goes back to fret 5. Okay. Let's just loop that up and down. Just because we're stretching the hand out there. It's the first time, in fact, it's the only time we do that in these exercises. Let's add beat 3 in as well. 9, 7, 5. Little finger comes down and takes 9. 9, 7, 5, 9. So if we had beats 2 and 3 together there, we get 6, 9, 7, 5, little finger. This actually, you'll notice you're starting to use this 3 notes per string shapes. If you've ever used 3 notes per string. Yukino, do you think it's possible to make or compose a song entirely on a DAW without any experience playing the instruments? Well, yeah, you absolutely can. Certainly on Logic, for example, there are a lot of loop packs and things in there which you can lay down. Or with a MIDI keyboard, you can, play. I use MIDI keyboards a lot in the songs I write for the different artists I work with. And so I might use, on this keyboard here, which I've currently got set up as a Rhodes sound, I can create really, really beautiful piano sounds, organ sounds, Rhodes sounds, drums. I could switch that to a drum kit. You absolutely can. If you don't have a piano or you don't have any piano skills, you can still do it, but you'll be importing and dragging loops in, really. So, yeah. Does that answer your question, Yukino? I think you can, or you just need to have a certain amount of knowledge of song structure. So is your name Sam? Just so I'm addressing you correctly. How to use modes in a solo over chords. So, well, what I'm doing with these exercises, mate, I don't know if you heard me play to the backing track a little while ago. I was playing the modes to the backing track, but each chord is a modal chord, but you can use the modes in like normal songs. But obviously, if we're talking about modes in a key, so we're currently using E Mixolydian here. That's in the key of A major. Okay, so if I'm playing that scale over an A chord, it will sound like A major. Okay. But if I play it over an E, it will sound like E Mixolydian. See, that sounds slightly darker, but I didn't change any notes. Okay, if I play it over a B, it will sound like B Dorian. Okay, so I've used the same scale with 3 different root notes there, and each one gives it a different characteristic. So is that sort of answering your question? Obviously, I just want to make sure I'm answering the question in the way that you framed it. But if you do want to look at a modal solo, Sam, I'm going to call you Sam until you correct me, just because it looks like your name is probably Sam rather than Medicon, but maybe I don't know. I don't know where you're from. Where are you from, dude? I'm coming up to you, Yukino, in a minute. I'll just answer Sam's question first. On our Patreon, you'll see. Hang on, that's Bandcamp. If I go down to live stream 20, there, look, which was 6th of August, Modes Guitar Solo live stream tab. That is a full guitar solo that uses all 7 modes. Okay, so I start in E Lydian, then I move into E Ionian, then I move into E Mixolydian. Each single mode is treated separately, but the phrases flow one into the other, so that you don't even necessarily know that you're changing mode. You know because you're learning it, but to the listener, it just feels like the solo is changing mood as you go. I would definitely recommend you take a look at that. And maybe you can download it for free off our Patreon. Feel free to sign up as a member as well, a free member if you want, and access all of that stuff. But that will give you a good idea about how to use modes over their respective chords. Yukino, I'll come back to your question as well. I'll put my pick. And I think me not listening to my own voice was probably the reason when I recorded these tapes I had no music playing, so I was kind of... mate, yeah. Don't record your voice sort of... You will need the backing tracks, some sort of backing tracks to help you stay in tune. That will be part of the reason you're saying you think you don't sound very good. I've been singing for years. I sing every day when I'm recording and producing songs, but if I sang for a long period of time without any backing track, I would very quickly go out of tune. That's the nature of it. So you definitely want to practice in singing to something. That would be a big part of the reason if you feel like you're not singing very well. Your name is Medaconson. Sorry. India. Cool. If you're not singing well, that'll be why. You need to be singing something which keeps you in tune. Okay, good. I'm glad that answered your question. Yeah, so create some backing tracks for the songs that you want to write. The things you were singing earlier, that you sent me earlier, were they your tunes, your lyrics, or were they covers? So it is Medaconson. Right. Sorry, dude. I just saw Sam. Obviously, my Western brain saw Sam and thought, maybe that's his name. So, cool. I had someone commenting from India a couple of weeks ago, and I was talking about the cricket, and I'm a massive cricket fan, and I would love to go to India one year and do the tour around the 5 test venues and watch 25 days of cricket. I would love that. That would be a dream. Same in Australia as well. Follow the England cricket team to Australia. Did that answer your question, Meda? I'm happy to go in a bit more detail if necessary, but I do recommend you check out that. So they were covers. I've never listened to When We Young by Adele. Maybe I'm not a massive Adele fan. I don't dislike her. I just don't know a lot of her stuff. I can appreciate she's a brilliant artist with a really, really powerful voice. But to be honest, I'll be honest, mate, as soon as I saw that you were singing without any sort of backing track or any reference for your pitching, I didn't listen all the way through the song because I need to hear you singing to a backing track to give you proper advice about your performance and, how you're connecting with the words, etc. So, right, let's move on to the next mode. Okay, so we've done... I need to do Mixolydian to the backing track, don't I? So I'm going to do Lydian, Ionian, Mixolydian. Here we go. Let's look all 3 together. 2, 3, 4, Rihanna. This is Lydian. Ionian. And the 4th. Mixolydian. I'm just wondering if actually partway through that I didn't actually finish teaching the Mixolydian part, but I'm going to move on because I think you've seen how we treated Ionian and Lydian and essentially learnt part 1, learnt part 2, and then we strung them together. Okay, so I just remember that I got up to where we were stretching the fingers out here. Okay, So you're just essentially going to string that second bar and string bar 1. I'm going to advance on to Dorian, okay, just so we keep the lesson moving. So let's go on to page 2, which is the rest of the modes. So if I switch that there, look at that, boom. OBS is great when you know how to use it. Cool. I'm currently too novice to write my own songs, but I've got some melodies as a concept. Mate, you're not too novice to write your own songs. It's just that you should be writing, if you want to be a songwriter or if you want to be a pop star, you want to start writing your songs as soon as possible, but just accept that it's also, just like learning to sing or learning to play guitar, it's a journey. There will be a period of growth. I've been writing songs since I was 14, 15 years old. I still like to think that I get a bit better at it every single year. I hope that the songs I've written for clients this year are better than the songs I was writing in 2025 or 2024. I hope the songs I write next year will be better than the songs I'm writing this year. Do you know what I mean? So it will be the same thing for you. Don't think, oh, I'm not creative enough or I'm too novice. Just start writing songs and they will improve through practice. You'll get better at it. So one more thing. What's this major and minor thing? I thought it was just the tones, but when they play a major, they play multiple notes at the same time. Well, there are major scales and there are minor scales. So of these modes I'm teaching tonight, 3 of them have got major thirds. Okay, so the major scale there, Lydian and Mixolydian, they all pass through a major third. They're all sort of major scales. The remaining modes that I'm going to play through will all have a minor third. You can hear that that's a minor sound. That's a much sadder. Dorian, the first one of those, is that, okay? They're going to create much more melancholy. And if you're interested in writing your own songs or becoming a singer, you can use these major and minor tonalities to create the emotions that in the songs that you're writing, okay? So, by the way, what's the biggest song you've ever written, composed? I don't know, biggest, I don't know. I know which songs have maybe the most money streaming. There's an artist in France called Loadjax, Loadjaxx, and I wrote that with him and his production team, and that's done really well, and that's made me a bit of money. But I've written songs for various different artists, like probably 15, 20 different countries. So if you go onto my website, which is aaronstory.com, AARONSTOREY.com, there's loads of my work on there. Same if you search my name on YouTube. Hopefully there'll be plenty of stuff on the jam station come up. Loadjax, that's it. Yeah. And there's his last 3 or 4 songs I've written. Yeah. With him, I should say. I'm not going to try and claim that I wrote all of it, but I wrote the lyrics on his last 2 or 3 songs. Right, let's move into our minor modes, okay? So, yeah, I have had a couple of songs that have won awards. I wrote a song called Kelly for a Dutch artist. So if you search Kelly and my name, you'll see that come up. And that won an award for Song of the Year in 2025 or 2024. Can't remember now. But I did get a nice trophy for that. Shredlord, hello, mate. Glad you're back. That's nice that you come back again. Cool. How you doing, all right? So, right, Dorian. Dorian is our first minor mode. Now remember in Mixolydian we had root, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, flat 7, octave. The note we're changing from when we go from Mixolydian to Dorian is the 3rd. We had a major 3rd, but we're going to go to a minor 3rd. Okay, that changes so much with just that one note. So our scale is now root, 2nd, minor 3rd. The rest of it is the same as Mixolydian. 4th, 5th, 6th, flat 7. You're doing excellent. That's good. I'm pleased. So if you've not played Dorian before, it's a super useful and common mode. It's great in jazz. It's great in funk. Okay. There's the fingering. You'll notice this is the only one that has required any sort of lateral movement up and down. You're going to go to sleep, Nokia. Okay, mate. Sleep well. I know it's always late for you when you jump in, so I appreciate you staying up late to come and say hello and have a chat. But I'm sure I'll speak. Yeah, send me some songs with you recording to a backing track. Find a backing track of the song that you want to sing. Record yourself on your phone or whatever. Ping me that. Okay. Right, Dorian, the first beat is 9, 7, 6, 9. Now, because we haven't encountered our third yet, our new note, our transition note, that's the same as Mixolydian. And you'll notice that the second beat, 7, 6, 9, 7, that's also the same as Mixolydian. We still haven't come across our third. And in fact, it's the third beat which is new. So let's just quickly... That's beats 1 and 2. We've done that in Mixolydian. Okay, so let's not dwell on that. Let's move on to beat 3, which is fresh. A new finger in 6, 9, 7, and then 10. Right, now you'll notice I crabbed my finger across there. Just recording on the StarMaker app count. I don't know what the StarMaker app is, mate. I'm sorry. I could look into that, but you could record on it in any. And there are free DAWs. There are free apps that you can use. You don't have to pay for Logic, for example. I think Fruity Loops is a free one. I think Studio One is free. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it certainly used to be. Studio One you can download. I'm pretty sure that's free. Right, so it's 6, 9 with the little finger. That's conventional fingering. But then as I'm then going to move up to, rather than play the 7 with my middle finger, it's like a karaoke app. Okay, well, you could try it, mate. As long as you can record your voice. I'm going to crab my index finger up to 7. That means my little finger can reach down to 10. Okay, so 1, 4, 1, 4. You can go up and down that. That might seem a little bit odd that I'm only using 2 fingers there whilst moving up and down, but we need to be in that position for the rest of the exercise. So that's beat 3. And then we use the third finger on fret 9 for 9, 7, 10, 9. Then 9, 7, 10, 9. So beat 3. Night, mate. Let's join beats 3 and 4 together. 6, 9, 6, 9. But just make sure you're getting that index finger on 7 so you can crab across to 10 there. Right, that's beats 3 and 4. We're going to join beats 3 and 4, 2 beats 1 and 2. Here we go. 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a... Should have used my middle finger there. Sorry, I'll do that again. 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a... Because I need my index finger now to play from 6. Only I crabbed smoothly across. Do that again. 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 crab. Right, that was joined together without a gap. That's beats 1 to 4. So we look at the second bar, index finger on 7. That's bar beat 1. Loop it, tab, tab, pad, tab, roll. Okay, these are great exercises. Playing fourths, rolling. Beat 2 in the second bar is 10, 9, 7 to 10. So we're not at the bottom string again. Let's join beats 1 and 2 together. Create a 2-beat cell. So from 7, then 10, 7, 10, 7, 10. And then make sure you're alternate picking, of course. And then beat 3 and 4, 9, 7, 10, 9. Finish on E. Okay, that's your root note. 9, 7. And the intervals of that is second, root, 7, 6, or flat 7, 6. Back to the root. Let's add beats 1 and 2 to beats 3 and 4. 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and then beat 3, 3 E and a 4. And again, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Now without the gap, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Right. Bars 1 and 2. 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and then beat 2, bar 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and Shredlord, you said your name was Eric? I had it. Hopefully you're still there. You gave me your name right at the end of last week's stream, didn't you? But there was 2 of you getting the name at exactly the same time. I know one of you was Eric because I said, oh, my granddad was called Eric. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right. That's Dorian. Let's add that to the backing track. So we'll have Lydian, Ionian, Mixolydian, and then into our minor modes, Dorian. Okay, I'll leave Dorian up on the tab up on screen so you can follow along if you need to. Here we go. 4 modes. Starting with Lydian, Floriana. Ionian, flat to 4th. Mixolydian. And then Dorian. Right. 4 down. We're 4 down. Obviously, at any point, if you've got questions, guys, drop them in. Okay. Happy to answer them. Or if you just want to say hello and let me know where you're watching from, that's also very cool. I'm already excited that I've added California to the world map. Let's get on with the natural minor. So the natural minor is already up on screen. I just need some water. I've drunk my tea. Here we go. So Aeolian is next to me now. There. The note we change when we move from Dorian to Aeolian is the 6th. So Dorian has a major 6th. And now, okay. Aeolian has a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flat 6. See that again? That changes a lot, okay? Sounds a lot more dark and sort of melancholic. The major 6 really brightens up the Dorian mode a lot. It's almost a bit of a paradox having a minor scale that sounds so bright and funky. Here we're into, if you're going to write a sad melody or a sad song, it will invariably use the Aeolian mode as the melody, not the Dorian. So, the rest of the notes are the same. Look, root, 2nd, flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 6 is our new note, flat 7, octave. This is much more common in the early stages of guitar. People who learn their grades here in the UK, they tend to learn this as the natural minor scale. Right, so we have our 6 straight away, look. Octave, flat 7, flat 6, 5th. So that's a new shape. Let's loop it because it's new. Okay, and then beat 2 goes 7, flat 6, 5th, 4th. Roll, roll. Okay, let's join beats 1 and 2 together. So from 9, and 7, 9, 7. Now without the gap. Good. Okay, so get these under the fingers. Lots of repetition. You can play with your dynamics a little bit if you want. Right here I'm muting. For example, on a repetitive phrase like that, create a little crescendo. Get gradually louder, so you're improving your dynamics and dynamic control of your plectrum, as well as learning a new fingering. Let's look at beat 3, which goes 10, 9, 7, 10. Okay. Tip, roll, and then beat 4, 9, 7, 10, 9. Again, I'm tip, roll as it loops. Let's put 3 and 4 into a little loop, starting from 10 on the D string. 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9. Okay? swing it. Why not? I often practice swinging a phrase as well as playing it straight. Obviously, if you want it to sort of metronomically straight, that's a good exercise. But obviously, if you're hoping to play a little bit of jazz and stuff, or blues uses a lot of swung music, that phrase takes on a different character if you swing it, a bit more playful. Right, that's beats 3 and 4. Let's join beats 1 and 2 to 3 and 4. Here we go. 3 from the 9, 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 1 E and 2 E and then on the 3, 3 E and 4 E and from beat 1, 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and let's close the gap. 3 and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and now a lot of this will be similar to Dorian. It's just where we flattened our 6th. So the first beat's the same look. 4th, 3rd, 2nd root, or 3rd, 4th, flat 3rd, 2nd root to be more precise. That's the same. Beat 2 is the same look. 3rd, 2nd root, flat 7. Okay, so those two can be treated as the same as the previous. I'll actually play my flat 7 there. Right, so where it says 5 on the A string, I would play that as 10 on the bottom string. I'm going to correct that and repost. Yeah, it's still a D look. D, D. The reason I would not play it down there like we did in Mixolydian is because we're not stretching down there now. We're already at fret 10, so we can use the little finger there. I'll repost that after the session. And then for beat 3, which is new, we've got 2nd, root, flat 7, and our new note, flat 6. So the middle finger, finishing on 7. So we, and alternate pick that. Okay. That's beats 3 and 4. Let's add beats 1 and 2 to 3 and 4. Here we go. 3 and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 and 1 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. One more time. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Right, so we've got bar 2. This one always falls under the fingers nicely because you're not moving up and down. Okay. Hence that fret 5 being an error. Let's join bars 1 and 2 together. 3 and 4 and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and just reset for bar 2. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4. Right, let's close the gap. Straight through. 3, 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E. Right, let's add it to the backing track, okay? So we'll have all 5 modes we've done so far, and then we'll only have 2 to go. So I'll go to Logic, I'll leave that up on screen. Remember, we're starting with Lydian, Ionian, Mixolydian. Those are our 3 modes with a major third, then into Dorian and Aeolian. Here we go, this will be a little bit faster. 2, 3, Lydian. Dorian. Aeolian. 5 down, 2 to go. Right. So far, so good. Hopefully I answered those questions all right earlier from Mediconsum. So, right, we're down to our last 2. We're down to Phrygian, which is one of my favourite modes, okay? So, if not my favourite mode, the flat 2 that we have. Okay, or the flat 9 when we play an octave higher. So sinister. So the transition, if we go back to the tab in a second, Aeolian was root, 2nd, flat 3rd, 4th, 5th, flat 6, flat 7. We're now going to have a flat 2. Okay, so root, flat 2, flat 3. The rest is the same, 4, 5, 6, flat 7, octave. Get it under your fingers if you've not played that shape before. Get it under the fingers. Okay, just so you're comfortable with it. Okay, it's really great if you let the E ring out. You can sort of improvise with yourself. You can really hear the effect of that flat 2 and how dark it is. Octaves are also great. Right, so back to the tab. Phrygian, let's scroll up for Phrygian so you can see it in the middle of the screen. I'm going to scroll up so you can see both of the last 2 modes and I won't have to scroll again. There you go. That should have worked. Yeah. Right. Phrygian. Starting from the octave, so our first beat is the same as Aeolian, 9, 7, 10, 9. So remember the new note is the 2nd, so that's the same. And then the next beat is the same, flat 7, flat 6, 5, 4. The 3rd beat's going to be the same, 6, 5, 4, 3. So all of those 3 are the same. We can just treat those as a 3-beat cell we've already practiced. Okay. It's when we get to beat 4 that we then encounter our first new pattern. So we're going to go 9 and 7 on the D string, 10 and 8 on the A string. And we've said before, we like these patterns or these loops or these cells, however you want to refer to them, that use all 4 fingers. So this one in particular, fingers 3 and 1, and then fingers 4 and 2. So if you're a pentatonic player, you may be tempted to play both of those, look. Fingers 1 and 3, or perhaps fingers, bring a bit of 4 in. But here we want to try and not move the hand as little as possible and create a really effective picking technique, he says. So let's add beat 4, our new cell, onto beats 1 to 3, and we can try our first bar in one hit. So going from 9, 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 and a 4 E and there's our flat 2. Okay, it's dark. 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 4 E and there we go. Let's go straight into bar 2. That's where the more interesting stuff happens because, okay, we've got several. Oh, there's that fret 5 in there as well. Okay, I need to correct all of them. That somehow slipped through the net. So beat 1, 7, 10, 8, 7. Okay, 4, flat 3, flat 2, octave, root. Then on beat 2, we've got 10, 8, 7. Now rather than going down to fret 5 again, we're actually going to go to 10 on the bottom string. So beat 2 is going to be 10, 8, 7, 10. Okay, let's put beats 1 and 2 together as a little pattern. So 7, then 10. Remember, we're going to 10 there rather than 5. It's the same note. Loop it. These loops are so good for our picking. Right, and then beat 3, we've got 8, 7, 10, 8. So interestingly, the 10, I did include the right note in beat 3, but still kept the 5 on beat 2. Who knows why? The amount of speed I have to work to get all this content out. So that's beat 3. Finishing on 7. Okay. Right, let's put beats 1, 2, 3, and 4 together in bar 2. So 1, 2, 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 and 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. If you just tuned in, I saw there's a few more of you online. The tab for this is a free download on Patreon. I've put that in the link below. Okay. So please feel free to go and grab that. I will be, after the session ends, I'll be reposting the corrected tab with those 2 of those notes. Just the right note in the notation, but in the actual tab, I'm planning it on a different string. But yeah, go and get it. It's a free download of Patreon. Right, so let's play bars 1 and 2 together, and then we'll stick the backing track on. So going from 9, 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So our new note, the flat 2, and then bar 2, 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4. Let's try. Take the little pause out in between. Play the whole thing straight through. 3 and 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, let's get the backing track on. That's where the fun happens. So I'll leave the tab on screen for you. Remember, this backing track I'm playing these modes to is a free download on Bandcamp, so you can try it yourself, and you can also improvise with these melodies over this backing track. Starting with Lydian. 2, 3, 4 E and a. Ionian. Mixolydian. Flat in the 7th. Dorian. Let's that again, because I've cocked up Mixolydian as well. Focus. Mixolydian. Head on. Now Dorian. Yeah. Aeolian. Phrygian. Right. There's only one to go. I'm sure Melanie friend, if you're watching, you'll be pleased to hear that. So, yeah, you'll notice the backing track I'm playing to is a little bit faster. So when we're going through these as part of the lesson, I'm playing them a little bit slower. And then to the backing track, it's faster. It's at 72 BPM. Okay, it gives you something to sort of work towards building up that speed. The last mode we're going to play is Locrian. Locrian is our half diminished mode. Okay, so it's got a minor third like the other ones we've been playing, but it's also got a flattened fifth or a diminished fifth. Okay, which the blues scale has a flat 5, but the blues scale also has a fifth. Okay, which makes that flat 5 a bit more sort of an incidental passing note, while in Locrian we don't have a perfect fifth, so that diminished fifth has a much more prominent and important role. Okay, it is the only fifth in the scale, which then means the scale it's got a diminished triad in it, okay, and a half diminished chord, 7th chord. That makes it probably the least used out of these modes for most people. Like, you'll never hear it in pop music. It's extremely unusual to use Locrian in blues, for example, but it is used in jazz. And you also hear it used in metal a lot. If you're a metal guitarist, okay, yeah, you'll hear Locrian because of the flat 3rd and the flat 2nd and the flat 5th. You can create some really dark and sinister riffs with it. So it's already up on screen. Let's blast through it, and then I will do a bit of ear training to finish with. So our last mode is Locrian. So straight away, because the 5th is our new note, okay, you'll see we're including it in beat 1, coming down root, flat 7, flat 6, flat 5. Let's loop it. Okay. All 4 fingers. Double pick it. Let's beat 1, beat 2, look. 7, 10, 8, 7. There's a little roll there if we want to loop it. Let's put those as a pair. 9, 7, 9, 7, 9, 7. Speed up if you want. Then beat 3 is, okay, let's treat beats 3 and 4 as a separate cell. So beat 3, 10, 8, 7, 10. Okay, and then beat 4, 8, 7, 10, 8. Let's join beats 3 and 4 together. Okay, so we've got 10, 8, 7, 10, and then 8, 7, 10, 8. Loop it. Speed up a little bit if you want. Good. Right, let's add beats 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 together. So we've got the full bar, okay? Where you're watching from, guys, let me know. Drop us a comment, let me know where you're watching from, or let me know what you're working on, or anything about your guitar, really. It's just cool to strike up a bit of conversation on these live streams. I'm trying to get the... every time someone comments from a new country or a new state, I'll fill that state or that country in on the map, okay? I want to turn the whole world blue. So we did bar 1 there. Let's go into bar 2, starting with 7 on the D string. So we've got 7, 10, 8, 7. And then beat 2. Again, we've got the misprint. 10, 8, 7. That 5 on the A string. We're not playing that there. Look, that D is going to be played at 10 on the A string. So beat 2, just to be sure that you're playing that correctly. I will update the tab afterwards, but it's going to be 10, 8, 7, 10. Okay, 10 on the bottom string. 10, 8, 7, 10. So if I do beats 1 and 2 together, 7, 10, 8, 7, and then 10, 8, 7, 10. Loop it. That's beat 2, 1 and 2. Beat 3 to finish. We have flat second, root, flat 7, flat 6, back to the root. And once more. Right, beats 1, 2, 3, and our beat 4 is obviously just our final note. This will be the final note of the exercise. So bar 2 is going to go from the 7 on the D string. 10, 8, 7, 10, 8, 7, 10, 8. Right, let's do the full 2 bars together, then we'll stick the backing track on and play the whole thing through from start to finish. So, going from 9 on the G string, 1, 2, 3, E and 4 E, Lydian. No, it's not Lydian, I'll be doing Lydian to the backing track. 4 E and this is Locrian. 2, 7. Right, string it together, no pause now in the middle. 3 and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3 E, and that's our last mode. Right, to the backing track, okay? I'll leave the tab for Phrygian and Locrian on screen. I'm going to play it to Logic. Remember, this backing track is a free download on our Bandcamp, so if you want to give it a go after you've heard me doing it, excuse me, if you want to get the tab and work it up so that you can play the whole exercise, it is brilliant for your technique. I'm going to start with Lydian. The summary is Lydian, flatten the 4th Ionian, flatten the 7th Mixolydian, flatten the 3rd Dorian, flatten the 6th Aeolian, flatten the 2nd Phrygian, flatten the 5th Locrian. Okay, we flattened one note. We ended up flattening one note for each new mode. We end up flattening them all. Whew, here we go. It's been fun. 2, 3, Lydian. Ionian. Mixolydian. Flatten the 7. Aeolian. Phrygian. Locrian. Right. Obviously that backing track is obviously very useful for working through any number of the exercises that we've been doing in recent weeks. Okay, a lot of them use that same backing track, and it just gives you a target to build up your speed up to. But it's also brilliant for practicing the modes in a more creative way as well. You know, you can improvise with the mode, and as the chord changes, you change the mode. So the first bar is your Lydian chord, the second bar is your Ionian chord, etc. Right, that's the full exercise. Okay, the tab for that's on Patreon. Let's get on with some ear training. So, go back to OBS. Here I am. So we're going to do some interval recognition. I've got it already marked out. So let's put that down. Do some of this on the piano. So I'll put this in front of there so I can see it. So intervals, these will be welcome for those of you who are sort of tuning in for the ear training. I know some people would come and do this are not necessarily guitarists at this point, although it's very useful for guitarists. We're doing intervals, both diatonic and non-diatonic, okay? And they will be played both melodically and harmonically, okay? So for those of you not quite sure what that means, an interval is obviously, I'm sure most of you know what an interval is. You've got your root note and the interval is the note that comes above it. Okay, so the diatonic intervals are 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th octave. You notice I'm getting higher and higher. And the non-diatonic intervals are root, flat 2nd, flat 3rd, flat 5th, flat 6th, flat 7. You notice those are significantly darker. Now I am going to get on screen our interval cheat sheet. So let me just get that up on screen. And that's going to be, take me a second. In fact, I need to open it here in the Finder window first. What a dweeb. Hang on. It is here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Interval cheat sheet. There we go. It should have opened up on screen straight away. It did. Right, cool. Oh, you can't see it all. Hang on. Yeah, nearly there. There you go. Look at that. So these tunes are the tunes that we use to recognize the sounds of these. So I'll just play you those intervals. So the major second, it's that. Okay, so we've got happy birthday. Okay, so you use happy birthday as the tune, and the interval is happy birthday. The third, oh when the saints, oh when. Okay, you get the idea. So there's 1 to 12 there. They will be in a random order. You'll notice that I said I will play them both melodically and harmonically. That refers to playing the notes separately. So if I was to use that same interval of the third, melodically I would be playing root, third separately. So there you can hear "Oh When the Saints" or "Can't Buy Me Love." Can't buy me love. Harmonically slightly harder because you're hearing the notes together as in a harmony. Okay, so that's melodically, that's harmonically. Okay, in this test I'll be playing them both like that. If you join me on a Monday night live stream Monday night is just ear training. The whole hour, 2 hours, whatever long it goes on for is just ear training. On Monday night it was 2 hours. It was really good fun. Okay, there will be a separate test for harmonic, a separate test for melodic. Okay, the melodic test is generally easier because you get to hear those intervals with the songs on screen because you hear the jumps. With a harmonic, it's a harder test. Let's get into it. Okay, so you want 1 to 12 written down. There will be one of each interval on that screen. Just one of each. If you hear one twice, one of them's wrong. I promise you. Okay, so let's make me a little bit bigger on screen, just because, I'm sure you want that. There you go. I'll do a few of these on the piano and then a few on the guitar as well, because that affects some people as well. So we'll do the first 6 on the piano. Number 1. Okay. That's number 1, so that is it melodically. And then here we are harmonically. Okay. Obviously, I'm going to give you the answers at the end. I will also give you an opportunity at the end to hear any again. So if there's any you've not heard the first time or you think you might have got wrong, say if you got 2/4, tell me what they are. I'll play those 2 intervals again. So this is number 1. Okay. And there it is melodically. Number 2. Which interval is that? Okay, that's melodically, and then here it is harmonically. That's number 2. Number 3, which interval was this? Dark. There it is melodically, and then harmonically. That's number 3. Number 4. Okay, feel free to drop us a comment, guys. Let me know where you're watching from. Guys or girls. Number 4. Gotta say girls. One of the most interesting things about starting to do some TikTok live streams in the last few days, last week or so, is that in YouTube, our viewer base is literally 100% guys. We get the YouTube creator app, which tells us that. Not that I have a problem with, our audience being largely made up of guys, but it's interesting. There's no explanation as to why. And then on TikTok, for the first time, it's just loads of really big mixture of guys and girls. One of them, when I looked at the app after the live stream, there was more girls than guys. I was like, why? I wonder why TikTok's sending me to more women, an even match, while on YouTube it seems our content is only consumed by guys. It's really interesting. I would love to know why. Right, so that's number 4. Number 5. Yeah, number 5. That's number 5. Melodically, and then here is harmonically. Okay, melodically, harmonically. And then number 6. It's number 6. There is harmonically. Which interval is that? Okay, it's number 6. Let's do these last few on the guitar. Up. my little French sound, which I still do. Up. Right, so numbers 7 to 12 will be here on the guitar. If you're a guitarist, don't look at my hand, okay? You'll just be cheating yourselves. Number 7 is this. There it is melodically. And here it is harmonically. Remember, I'll be able to repeat any of these at the end. That's number 7. Number 8. That's number 8. Which interval is that? Do each one 3 times. Number 9. Here's number 9. It's number 9. Number 10. Okay, there's number 10. Okay, hopefully you're writing these down or just shouting them out to yourself. Writing them down is better for your record keeping so you can see your progress week by week. Number 11, this is our penultimate interval. Love that one. So we do full ear training sessions on a Monday night. Okay. That's number 11. And finally, number 12. Which interval is that? Okay. That's number 12. Now, if there are any you'd like to hear again, drop a comment in the box and let me know. Okay, I'm just going to sort of noodle for a couple of minutes just to give you a chance to see. I think there's also a little bit of a delay between me saying something and it getting to your ears, and then there'll be another delay with you leaving a comment and it coming to me. So I don't know how many people are still here from earlier on, but the short I posted earlier was about sequencing as a sort of advertisement for tonight's modes lesson. And so I posted a short on those of you who are familiar with Pink Floyd Wish You Were Here, the album. I put the sleeve up there. And famously at the start of the song Wish You Were Here, which I'm sure everyone knows. Okay. But at the start of that, before David Gilmour comes in with the guitar, there's a little bit of radio noise and crackle, and then there's these two sort of people talking, and just for a brief moment we hear an excerpt of Tchaikovsky's Fourth Symphony. It goes, and that lick, slowed down, uses sequencing, which is what tonight's lesson was about. Okay. It was that. So there's 3 beats of sequencing there. Finishes with a really cool octave jump coming down to the C there. Okay, so in the key is the actual, that part of the symphony is written in F major, so that sounds quite bright. Okay, as a melody it sounds very bright because you'll have, if we're in F, that's 3rd, 2nd, root 7th, okay, and then root 7th, 6th, sharp 5, ooh, and then 6, natural 5th, perfect 5th, sharp 4, down to the A, which is the 3rd again, and then the 2nd, back to the 5th. Okay, so it's all sort of majorish, apart from those couple of slightly coloured notes in the middle, but it works if you reimagine that. So we're in the key of F. If you reimagine that in A, so your root note is A. So we're now thinking in terms of like playing that over say a blues in A7, A dominant, you've then got, straight away, if you can hear that as your tone now, look. How much more sinister and colourful is that? This is the beauty of the modes. Okay, and that note there is the minor third of A. Okay, so straight away, it finishes with the minor third. We finish with a minor sound. So that sounds very sort of Phrygian. So, yeah, very cool. So I've tabbed that out, put it on Patreon for free. But just because the reason being, I wanted to talk about sequencing in a non-sort of technical, not something that's just a picking study, but actually a real-world example of sequencing. But also to give you a lick that you could throw that into a blues jam, and it wouldn't sound like you were playing Tchaikovsky. It would sound like you were playing something really cool and edgy. Okay, if you played that over an A7 chord, it would sound great. No one would say, is that classical? Okay, right, the results. No one's asked for any of those intervals to be repeated, so I'm going to give you the results now quickly. The first 6 I did on the piano, so number 1 was a flat 6. Okay, so if you're looking at the tunes, you can see that the 2 I've given you for a flat 6 are the Entertainer. Really famous tune, but that opening jump is a flat 6. Okay, number 2 was a flat 7. I did that there. The winner takes it all. Okay, if that's a bit high, drop that an octave. The winner takes it all. That's number 2 was a flat 7. Number 3 was a flat 2. Okay, so you've got the Jaws theme, which would sound more realistic an octave lower. Okay, or I've also written, Isn't She Lovely? Stevie Wonder. Isn't she lovely? Okay, that was number 3. Number 4 was an octave, which I believe I did there. Okay, it's a fairly easy one to recognise that. They're the same note. Somewhere over the rainbow. Number 5 was a 4th, which I think I did there. Here comes the bride. And number 6 was a 5th. Did there from a B. Okay, so everyone loves that tune. Everyone knows that tune. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Okay, Mozart. That is a perfect 5th. Right, and then 7 to 12 I played on the guitar. I did number 7 was a major 2nd. Okay. Number 8 was a 6th. And now the end is near. Okay, My Way, Frank Sinatra. Or you can also play that blues turnaround. Those are all major 6ths. Okay. Number 9 was a flat 3rd. Okay, so green sleeves. Important bit being it's a minor sound. Number 10 was a major 3rd. Oh, well. Okay. Number 11 was a 7th. Major 7th. So you got the Superman theme there, look. Funnily enough, to Superman, I had Christopher Reeves popped up in my social media algorithm a couple of times recently, and I thought, how bizarre. But maybe it's because I keep saying Superman every week. Superman. I'm talking about the interval of a 7th. Obviously, they're listening to everything we say, aren't they? And then finally, number 12 was a flattened 5th, or a diminished 5th. Okay. Right. So, answers out of 12. Feel free to drop a comment, let me know how many you got, or let everyone know, be accountable to each other as a group, as a community. Even if you're watching this back on playback, so not as the live stream, but actually, because all of our live streams, look, if if I go back to the YouTube channel, if I flick to the live tab, which is there, boom, all of our streams are here. So they all make really good guitar lessons, and all of these, we literally alternate between. Mondays is the ear training. Okay, you generally put that ear icon there just so people can differentiate. Well, plus if you can read, it says ear training for musicians. And then the Thursday night, which is the modes technical lessons, but obviously I'll finish with a bit of ear training just because it's such an important thing for any musician, and it's also good advertising for the Monday nights. Like if you enjoyed doing an interval test there, come and spend Monday evening with me and we do the whole evening on it. Okay, but we go a whole lot more deep than just intervals. We do chords and other, vocal control games and stuff that will make you a really good musician and a really good songwriter. Okay, so you can see there's Monday's live stream has already been set up. You can click notify me and they will let you know. So do that, please. So yeah. I can't even remember why I was showing you that there then, but I will be back Monday night for that. I was saying even if you're not watching it on the live stream, yeah, you can watch any of our live streams back, is what I was going to say. Okay, you can go through the whole series of modes lessons, or you can go through the whole series of ear training and really put some proper work in. I mean, there's 22 modes videos there. You work your way through all of them, you're really seriously going to know your modes well in this one position. And I'm going to be running all of these again in C shape and D shape and E shape, etc. Okay, so lots of good stuff to come. All right, well, I've been online nearly 2 hours now, which is cool. I've had a good time. If you've got any questions, drop them in now. Otherwise, I will be closing the live stream down and going to get a bite to eat. But I'm happy to ask any questions if you guys have got any now. About the modes, about the ear training stuff, or just about guitar playing in general. I'm here for you guys. Our Patreon is $2 a month. If I go back to YouTube there, flick across. Patreon, $2 a month, you get access to all of this stuff. And that $2 does help a lot with helping support the content creation. Now, for anyone who's paying $2 a month, you will be on $2 a month for the rest of your life. If you want to keep access, you can see there's 177 entries there, look, at the bottom of the screen. That's 177 professionally produced lessons. Okay, I've been doing this for 25 years, so I can help you with a lot of stuff. But particularly, the sort of creed of this group would be guitarists who want to understand music theory, a more holistic approach to sort of not just licks and technique, but actually like how can I improve my development and my journey with absorbing bits of music theory, with the ear training. How can those things help make my improvisations better? How can they help make me more creative? Well, Patreon can do that. We will soon be switching to a 3-tiered system. Okay, so there'll be your basic package where you can access the live streams. There'll be a second tier where you access the live streams plus a monthly challenge plus a monthly hangout. And then the third tier will get you all of that plus a monthly private one-to-one guitar lesson with me. Okay, so there'll be 3 separate prices, obviously, for 3 different levels of access to the channel. But anyone who signs up at $2 a month now will keep that price. Even once the 3-tiered system has come in place with those 3 new prices, you'll just keep paying $2 a month. And the reason we're doing that is because we want to reward the loyalty of the people who have sort of come in from the beginning. Okay, this channel's been around a few years now, but the actual like full-time guitar tuition has only been going on a year or so. The channel I'm talking about, I've been doing it for 25 years, but the channel was we've only been doing the guitar tuition for a year. So we want to reward the people who are helping it grow from the ground up. Okay, but that 3-tier system will be brought in, and then there'll be 3 new prices. There's some people who are paying $1 a month because they came right in from the very beginning, and they'll pay $1 a month till the end. Right, Okay, no comments, I don't think. So I'm going to say good night. I will be back on Monday night for more ear training. Okay, full ear training session. And then back Thursday night again for more modes. I'm thinking of having a summary lesson where I go back over all 22 lessons and just quickly show you what they all are. So you can choose which ones you like, which ones you prefer, which ones you'd like to go over. Yeah, practice hard, enjoy it, and send a message or leave a comment at any time. We respond to them all. Okay, have a good evening. Speak to you soon.